What's going on, guys? My name is Psutka, and today we're talking about one of the most discussed topics here on YouTube in the filmmaker creator community. Isn't that right, Baris?
Oh, hell yeah!
Alright, so we've got a lot to talk about today, and Baris actually made the trek in from Hamilton to Toronto, so we're going to do as much exploring as possible and pack as much into this video as we can. Okay guys, Baris is a beast with the camera, and why don't you tell all 58 of my subscribers who you are, what you do.
My name is Baris Alkis. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, or for YouTube I'm a filmmaker, but I'm a freelance videographer, photographer. I do a bit of social media here and there too, and I like to make YouTube videos. Today I'm meeting with Chris to make a cool YouTube video, so that's it.
Okay, so let's first start by defining story. It's not just what comes out of your mouth. Story can be anything like this, where I'm interacting with my audience directly to the point, a talking head segment, explaining whatever it is that I want to share with you all. But it can also be how to shoot, what to shoot, pacing, color grading, sound design. All of these things are going to help you tell a better story. And in some cases, if you don't put any time or thought or energy into this stuff, it's actually going to hurt the story that you're trying to tell. For example, if I'm trying to portray a mood, let's use a dramatic sad mood, for example, and I color it with bright and cheerful tones, this is actually going to be contradictory to the story that I'm trying to tell. All right, Baris, what are your thoughts on this kind of stuff?
I actually used to make this mistake. Like, I used to worry about how the visuals look like a lot and not the story as much. Or now, sometimes I really worry about the story, not the visuals a lot, like the shaky footage and that kind of stuff. So I think it needs to be a balance of both. That gives you the best story, the best visuals for YouTube, I think. That's my thoughts on it.
That was a sneeze transition. How sick is that? What do you think is better, the sneeze transition or the garbage transition? Put it down below. So a lot of big creators talk about how story is king and gear doesn't matter. Even after uttering the words gear doesn't matter, I feel like everyone already reacted. We're not getting into that can of worms today. We hear these creators talk about story, but then we see unnecessary drone shots, coffee B-roll, vlogs about nothing really. Has the topic story is king just become another video to shoot? Baris, what are your thoughts on this?
I completely agree with that. I think that the way it's going right now, especially with like marketing, like all the product placement and stuff, everyone is saying story is king, but you need this piece of equipment to serve the king. It's like, it's going that way. And then it's still like, yes, people are saying story is king, but I don't think a lot of people actually mean that, because it's like on the background, there's like, but you need this to tell the story, you know? It's always like that. But yeah, I do believe that, man. I do believe that. And I think there's like one person who literally says story is king and then believes that and goes after that, whereas other people, not to generalize, but I think they just do it just to kind of push more product and do it, you know, for the brands and that kind of stuff.
So this is one of my favorite spots to check out sunset in Toronto. This is right down by Ontario Place. It looks back on, I believe that's Etobicoke, somewhere on the west side of Toronto. And yeah, it caught Baris's eye, so he's gonna be taking some photos. We're just gonna take a minute here. All right, first time one-wheel ride. Yeah, got it up. There you go. I guess the grass is a little tricky, but it's better if you land on it.
I made it.
Yes.
I can't say I've never done it now. I've done it. I've gone a meter. So I'm almost a YouTuber. Almost there, halfway there.
Speaking of random useless shots, here's some drone footage. So I think that a lot of us overthink what story is, especially on YouTube. When we think of the word story, we think of this big exciting journey, and many stories throughout time have been exactly that. But I think it's different when it comes to YouTube and vlogging in general. These are short form— what the fuck is that? Quiet! Get your kids quiet! Man, this always happens. I'll like set up in a spot and then like all the noises just start coming out.
Have to be like the most popular person ever.
These are short form videos with usually 1 or 2 topics that can really be thrown into any scenario. Sometimes in the case of vlogging, it can be as basic as someone just going about their day and accomplishing what they need to. That's why things like coffee B-roll are actually stories. The story is, I'm making coffee. It doesn't always have to be this extravagant thing. I think that we can overcomplicate story a lot. A lot of visual storytelling that I use is as simple as we're going from point A to point B, I've got something really cool I want to show you and I'm bringing you along for the ride. Now what will inevitably make or break your story is how it's told. So I personally think that how a story is told is much more important than the story itself, especially here on YouTube. If I sat here and talked about this topic in a monotone voice, no one would want to watch that. And more importantly, I wouldn't want to create that. All right, Baris, what are your thoughts?
Oh no, no! Story could be anything. Like the video that I am shooting today with you, I focus on a conflict always. Like for me, let's say for today's topic for my video is, what the hell was the topic? It was like me not settling on my video topics and overthinking about them. So that's a conflict. So I typically go with conflict, and what conflict does is it creates a story because I need to explain the issue and then my either resolution or maybe reach out to you guys, to my audience, which is not a lot of audience. Let's not get into that topic right now. Yeah, so I always go by conflict, and then that way I can always base a story. That's probably my takeaway from storytelling. It could be anything. Like it could be how to peel a banana, but if you don't know how to peel a banana, that turns into a story. Like who doesn't know how to peel a banana? That was such a bad example.
Alright dude, it was a pleasure filming with you today. Thanks for coming to Toronto.
Thank you for having me down here, man.
Everyone go check out Baris. I'll link his YouTube and Instagram down here, and I'll probably put it up on the screen somewhere for you as well. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, go down there, hit the like button, be something positive you did today. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, do the thing with the bell so you know the second I put out another video, and I will see you all next time.
This video is sponsored by Toronto Bike Share. Please subscribe to our channels and ring the bell.
We're going from point A to point D. Yeah, we're skipping a couple. A lot of visual storytelling that I use is as, oh my god, those breaks.